monitor lizards stand apart from all other lizards. They're fierce, powerful, and very clever. Some are giants, others pygmies. But it's their personality that makes these ancient predators so different.
Monitor lizards are lizards with an attitude. They know that they're top predators, and they act like they're top predators. They aren't afraid of anything. They are smart.
Scientists are now putting that unexpected brain power to the test, revealing they're inquisitive and can even count. And for the first time, miniature onboard cameras capture insights into their secretive lives. It all shows why monitors are the undisputed kings of the lizard world. $80 million years ago, when dinosaurs ruled the Earth, a new family of reptiles evolved, the monitor lizards. Like the dinosaurs, their youngsters hatched from eggs. But while the dinosaurs were getting ever bigger and more powerful, monitor lizards stayed out of the limelight. Then there was a global catastrophe. It wiped out the ruling reptiles and great swathes of other life on Earth. But the monitor lizards survived the mass extinction to become the new lizard kings. Today, there are 60 species worldwide, almost half of them in Australia. And here they're called goannas. These hatchlings are the offspring of one of the largest monitors, Australia's Perentie. They've been incubating underground for nearly 9 months, and they're about to break free. Sorting out their gangly legs and switching to breathing air can take several days. Armed with powerful claws and razor-sharp teeth, the Perentie hatchlings are ready to emerge. But first, they'll have to dig their own escape route through a meter of hot desert sand. They're on their own from day one, and if they're clever enough, they might have 20 years ahead of them. But first, these young pretenders to the throne must avoid the reigning monarch, for adult Perenties are cannibals. The formidable Perentie is the undisputed king of Australia's monitor lizards. Growing up to 2 meters long, it needs heat to kickstart its day, like all reptiles. But to call it cold-blooded is misleading. Once it's soaked up the warmth of the early morning sun, its body temperature is as high or even higher than a mammal's. Charged up on solar power as well as food, monitors are far from sluggish and slow-witted. They have the stamina and speed of a warm-blooded hunter, commanding home ranges of many square kilometers. Australia's outback is a haven for all kinds of lizards, not just monitors. But unlike other deserts, this is no barren place. It's a patchwork of different habitats, each sheltering its own specialists. This wilderness is the land of lizards, and the perfect place for lizard hunters.
I saw my first lizard when I was a little boy, and I thought it was the neatest thing I'd ever seen. I can't believe that I've been lucky enough to spend my whole life studying lizards.
Known as the lizard man, American biologist Dr. Pianka is a world authority on lizard ecology. He's combed through the globe's deserts for over 40 years, but he's found no better place for his field studies than Red Sands, his research site in the Great Victoria Desert of Western Australia.
Red Sands is my favorite place on this earth. It's a beautiful, pristine, clean place. It's a desert rat's paradise. On Red Sands, there's 55 species of lizards living together, including 6 species of monitor lizards. There's no place else in the world you could find that kind of diversity.
Red Sands is teeming with skinks, geckos, and monitor lizards of all sizes. And on this trip, Eric will try new ways to get inside the monitor's mind. But finding them is no easy task, even for the lizard man. Low fences lead the animals into pit traps sunk into the ground.
I hope we get something bigger.
With these pit traps, Dr. Pianka and his field assistant, Stephen Goodyear, catch many of the smaller ground dwellers.
Skink, yeah, great. Good work.
Twice a day, Eric and Stephen check all of their 175 traps. By logging every lizard species, they try to work out how so many lizards can coexist.
The jar? Yep, right here.
So the real appeal to me is trying to understand the high numbers of species of lizards that you find together. I have to know all the players. We have to know their names and what eats what. I still occasionally stumble on something new out here. So it's just really exciting. I don't think I could bear to study a low-diversity system.
In the past 20 years, Eric's pits have trapped more than 18,000 lizards. It's the most comprehensive survey of a lizard community anywhere in the world.
Hey, look at that.
Finally, a monitor lizard. This is my favorite lizard of all.
Not all monitors are as big as Perenties. There are little ones, too.
Now, this is a lizard and a half. Varanus. For me, this is a real trophy. It's my favorite lizard of all. It's a lizard hunter, just like me. And they roam over long, long distances, hunting other lizards. I'll take him back to camp. Thanks. I think it's fascinating that almost all the lizards that are out here are connected directly with other lizards eating lizards. There's a lot of lizard eating lizards. And one of the things I've been working on over the last 40 years is making a food web. And the monitor lizards are right at the top.
Being top predators, monitor lizards hunt down anything smaller than they are, even their own kin. And in a place too hot and dry for most mammals, these lizards rule. Perenties rival many mammals as cunning hunters. When prowling for food, they don't just follow their victim's scent. They do something else. Monitors think ahead. These calculating hunters learn and memorize all the major landmarks around. They read the landscape like a map, taking shortcuts to hideouts and ambushing prey to avoid energy-draining chases. When the Perentie comes across a hot scent, he follows the trail relentlessly, using special sensors that guide him with deadly accuracy. His target today is an eastern brown snake, one of the world's deadliest. It leaves an unmistakable odor trail, but it's one of many. Other animals have been this way too. But the Perentie can follow the snake's trail and ignore all the others by using his tongue. Monitors have a forked tongue like snakes. By flicking it in the air or touching the ground, the Perentie picks up scents. Each time he pulls in his tongue, he reads these scents with the Jacobson organ in the roof of his mouth. It's like tasting and smelling at the same time. Even more astonishing, the Perentie can tell how long ago his prey has passed and in which way it's heading. He never follows a trail backwards. As long as there's a trace of a scent, he follows it. Cold comfort for the Lizard King's quarry. Hiding underground could be the snake's escape. But the Perentie is as skilled at tracking below ground as above. The snake has one last defense. Its venom can kill a human with a single bite. But not the Perentie. He seems to be immune. If he can't tear his prey apart, he'll swallow it whole and head first. Being partly solar-powered, reptiles only need 10% of the food we mammals need. And if food is scarce, a good meal can last the king for weeks. Back at camp, Eric and Stephen sort through their catch of the day.
Oh, wow, what?
Got a Rhinus arameus, 2 Rhinus brevicata.
Oh, I can't wait to see
The Red Sands camp is 400 kilometers from civilization, and they've been out here for more than 2 months of searing desert winds and the ever-present bushflies. Eric has been coming here for almost half a century, making his study of the Red Sands lizards unique. It's only long-term data like his that enables us to recognize changes in an ecosystem and understand the local effects of climate change. On this expedition, Eric hopes to find good lizard numbers, especially monitors. As top predators, their presence or absence indicates whether the desert community here is still healthy.
Oh, there, I got it. Pretty good, 27 and a half.
And soon, Eric will get visitors. He'll be helping them launch a cutting-edge project, one that could give him new insights into the monitors' notoriously secretive lives.
This year, we're doing a different project from anything I've ever done before. I'm collaborating with 2 ethologists, and we're going to try to see if we can put little cameras on monitor lizards out here. Monitor lizards don't let you watch them, but if you can put a video camera on one, you might be able to see things that you could never see and learn things that Otherwise, we'd never know.
So we've got everything we need over there?
I think so, yeah. Let's double
On
check.
their way to Eric's remote camp, Dr. Christian Roots and Lucas Bluff stop off in Central Australia. The biologists from Oxford University will test the first ever live video cameras to be mounted on monitor lizards.
Let's see whether we've got everything we need.
Codenamed LizardCam, this pilot study is designed to explore the world from the monitor's point of view. And local goanna expert Rex Neindorf has lined up the first grumpy subject.
Oh, we've got a big one.
All right, I'll get out of your way.
He's a big boy. He's
Yeah.
pretty cranky too, so just keep away from that head.
Okay.
I'll get this out of the way.
Make some room.
This large Perentie is used to having people around, making him an ideal test candidate. He's big enough to carry LizardCam and should quickly recover from all the high-tech fuss. The next time he sheds his skin, the Velcro fixings will come off.
Now we're on air.
The camera sends live pictures back to a mobile receiver and has a radio tag so it can be found later.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, no worries.
I think he's ready
You
to
guys
go.
happy with that?
Yep.
Go for it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll grab him right there.
Okay.
And if you guys want to just stand back a fraction
Yeah.
and
You've
we'll
got
see
him?
how we go. Yeah,
Yeah,
yep,
okay.
yep.
And they're all set. It's LizardCam's world premiere.
Holding pretty well. Okay, big fella. Ooh, off you go. I wasn't happy with that.
Yeah. I'm actually very happy that he doesn't try to remove the unit. It doesn't seem to bother him at all.
It's really good. I'm very happy with that because the way the unit's sitting, there's really not much weight there at all, and it's almost just as like there's an insect land on him and he's just going to completely ignore it. So it looks really good.
Yeah.
With LizardCam up and running, for the next hour they can see things from a monitor's perspective. For the first time, they see what
We're on
it
air.
sees.
Good pictures.
Oh, you've got footage coming in?
Yeah, it's coming in.
To get the best results, Christian and Lucas must now let the Perentie walk out of sight, yet stay close enough to receive the video signal. They can bridge a distance of about 500 meters, depending on the terrain, room enough for the Lizard King to roam and give LizardCam its first hard knocks.
What is always important for us is to get the attachment technique right. So we want to mount our video cameras in a way that it does not impair the animal's movement and natural behavior. These cameras should have no effect on the animal whatsoever.
And this means the camera should drop off rather than trap its host.
The packaging is the hardest thing because we need a package that is both very rugged. It has to survive in quite a harsh environment, but at the same time it should be light. And ideally it can be reused time and time again.
Trial and error is the only way to improve LizardCam's design. For nearly half an hour, the Perentie has kept a low profile. But now he's on the move, exploring the surrounding scrub, apparently unaware of the video spy on his back. And then the king does something rarely seen.
Still moving. Actually, he's going up the tree. See that?
Yeah, that's quite something.
Perenties prefer roaming on the ground, or so it was thought. To see this desert species climbing is a special occasion. LizardCam is already delivering. And bolstered by their first success, Christian and Lucas try out a more daring design. A head-mounted camera with a power backpack.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
Let's do it.
Go for it.
Cheers.
This time, the Perentie heads off towards a dirt track amongst sand dunes. He's picked up an appetizing smell. Appetizing, that is, to monitor lizards. He homes in on the stench of a decomposing roadkill. And a Perentie doesn't turn up his nose at rotting flesh. He's a seasoned scavenger, as well as an accomplished predator. Cooked in the sun, the mangled rabbit is irresistible. But how best to carve the roast? Monitors have sharp teeth, but they can't chew. So if the meal is too big to be gulped down whole, then it has to be torn apart. Lizard cam is like catching a glimpse into the monitor's life and mind.
You have this little video screen in front of you, and what you see is not some piece of recorded footage, but it is an animal behaving, and you're live on the back of a lizard. And that is very exciting. You get this very special point of view, and you also immediately realize the quality of certain discoveries.
The next discoveries will be at Eric's camp in Red Sands. Basking in the early morning sun is a rarely seen lizard king. With a relatively long body and short tail, he's the dachshund of the monitors. This short-tailed monitor, or brevicorder, is the smallest monitor in the world.
Gotcha. Oh, man, look at that.
This is an amazing lizard, and it's a real pygmy. Look at this savage thing. Ah, ooh, ah. It's just a joke to see a little tiny thing like this acting like it's a big lizard, but they don't know they're not big.
In fact, they're just as fierce as their bigger cousins.
Monitor lizards range in size over orders of magnitude, like 4 or 5 orders of magnitude. That's pretty awesome. I don't think there's any other closely related group of animals on the earth. So it's just like the difference between a brevicata and a Komodo dragon is about the same as a mouse and an elephant.
While the tiny brevicorder hunts in Australia's spinifex grass, these real-life dragons rule the Indonesian islands around Komodo, and they truly are giants. At 3 meters long and weighing 100 kilos, Komodo dragons are not only the world's biggest monitors, but also the largest lizards walking the planet. They have no natural enemies and can kill prey as large as deer or water buffalo, and occasionally, people. Komodo dragons can devour up to 80% of their own weight in a single meal. That's like a human gorging on a 60-kilo steak. Their appetite is legendary, but their minds are even more intriguing.
Monitor lizards are fascinating for all kinds of reasons. Now, not only are they bigger than other lizards, but they're also smarter than other lizards. I dare anybody to go to a major zoo and look a monitor lizard in the eye. It's looking back at you. Other lizards don't do that.
London Zoo was one of the first in the world to exhibit Komodo dragons in 1927. And it was this species, above all others, that revealed monitors are more than just powerful hunters. These dragons captivated an awestruck public and their keepers, as Dr. Ian Stephen knows firsthand. They displayed a surprising intelligence.
Ever since Komodo dragons were kept in captivity, people realised that there was something extra. They're incredibly inquisitive. Any sort of new thing that you put into their environment, they'll come across, they'll investigate it. They always want to know. They've always got one eye on you.
Raja demands caution. He's 10 years old, but still a youngster, and each day Ian needs to stimulate his natural curiosity.
What's this? What's that? What's that, Pete? What's this?
Incredibly, this fearsome beast can be as docile as a puppy.
I've kept reptiles all my life, and you never really get a lot back from them. Whereas with Komodo dragons, they definitely give you something back. They definitely seek out your presence. And when you're stroking it or interacting with it, you can see he loves it, and I love it, and you know all the keepers love it. And this is like working around a mammal.
But when it comes to food, he has a dragon's appetite, albeit a semi-tame dragon.
Roger. Oi.
Atypically for a reptile, Raja is responding to training routines you'd expect to see with intelligent mammals.
What's this? Good boy. What's this? Come on, up, up. Good boy, come on. Up, up. Hey, good boy. Good boy, Raja. Raja relates the target to food. So we use the target as a tool to move him from A to B. But the key thing is, when the target's out of his field of vision, his feeding response is turned off, okay? So now because Raja can't see the target, he's now quite a calm animal. When he sees the target, he then expects to be fed. So it's actually a really useful tool for in sort of day-to-day management. And although you can target train probably most reptiles, monitors are a lot more switched on and they take to the target training so much quicker.
Good boy, Roger.
There are even reports of dragons playing, behavior previously unheard of in reptiles.
He's clearly a very intelligent animal. He knows everybody's voices, everybody's smells, different cues, different noises. You spend 5 minutes talking to Raja and you can definitely see that intelligence in his eyes. It is hard to quantify, but I would definitely say it's without question the most intelligent reptile that I've ever worked with. You're a spoiled boy.
Observing how smart monitors are in the wild is a bigger challenge. Take the Australian sand monitor, or gouldi. This sneaky hunter is as fast as he's elusive, always on the run. Eric knows him all too well. Sand monitors frequently steal lizards from his pit traps, leaving only their telltale footprints behind.
Hey, wait a minute. That looks like it might be a track. Let's see. Let's get out and check this out. That track went right over our tire track.
But today, the sand monitor might just have run out of luck.
Looks like something.
Where?
Right there.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Yeah, that's a gouldi track. One of my favorite pastimes is tracking lizards across Australia's red sands. It went right through here. And when I find a crisp, brand new track, it just makes my heart beat faster. It's like, wow, there's a line. All I have to do is follow it, and I'll find a fantastic lizard. When I'm on a track, I'm just single-minded. Let's come up here and see if we can. There's what it was there. When you learn how to track, not only do you read the sand, but you become the lizard yourself if you're a good tracker, and you see the direction it's going, and then that makes it easier because you can circle around in a big arc and find the track quicker.
But given the sand monitor's stamina, even a fresh trail can stretch for miles.
Right here, you can see the classic gouldi track.
Yeah.
They lash their tails, they lift it off the ground, and it's not continuous like the Perentie track.
While the hide-and-seek continues at red sands, up in Australia's tropical north, lizard kings leave hardly any tracks behind. This rocky landscape is home to a number of very different specialists, like the Kimberley Rock Monitor. It's a master climber, quick as a wink, and constantly on the lookout for anything small enough to grab. The key to the monitor's remarkable survival story is the one-plan-fits-all body design, which has changed little from the time of the dinosaurs. All monitors can run, climb, dig, and swim. The Mertens monitor even has valves in its nose that shut tight when swimming underwater. Apart from size, monitor species don't differ too much. Mertens share the same basic body structure as the giant Komodo or tiny brevicorder, and they're armed with the same sensors. During the dry season, they forage for crabs, crayfish and frogs in widely scattered permanent pools. But the Mertens inevitably cross paths with their neighbors, and they're not about to share the spoils freely. Rivals are not tolerated, and much head-bobbing accompanies a standoff. It's part of monitor etiquette, a warning to back off or get bitten. Mertens are skilled hunters, on land and in the water. To find food, they flick their forked tongue, just like the Perentie, except that Mertens pick up scents underwater as well. They're surprisingly good fishermen. It's a skill spotted by other predators. Why try to catch fish when you can steal one? A lizard king is not so easily outwitted. Survival out here means staying at least one step ahead.
Stephen, bring the axe and a shovel up here. I've got a ghoul-eye in a burrow. It's a big one.
Got it.
Back at Red Sands, Eric has found the hideout of his lizard thief. Now he has to get him out.
Right in that direction. So what I'm going to do first is look for the pothole. The pop hole where it'll jump out. And that most likely will be over about here.
Okay.
Monitors are a class vanishing act. They disappear from view in an instant, and they build their homes to confuse other predators.
Okay.
And, of course, lizard hunters.
Shovel that out.
The main burrow stretches for many meters underground, and it has emergency exits or pop holes, dead-end corners, and decoy tunnels. And so Eric and Stephen have to feel their way through the labyrinth of shafts.
This isn't going to work. I got to get my head down in this hole.
Eric has to be careful. There could be all kinds of venomous creatures down there.
Oh, man. This is a bad one.
2 hours of digging, and they can almost smell their quarry.
Oh, wait, what was that?
Does this kind of look like a opening?
Yeah, it does. Maybe that's the pop hole.
Here, let me just scoop out a look. Oh, you can
From
still
here.
see his tail.
Yep. Okay, I told you he was in there. I told you it was going to try to come out of pop hole. This one is powerful, man. You want to hold him? It's very strong. Watch out. It's really. Don't let him go. Whatever you do, hang on to that lizard for dear life.
The sand monitor is a prize catch,
Barely hold on to
but
it.
Eric wasn't the first to get to him.
Something must bit him on the tail, something big. I think it was grabbed by a Perentie like that and just barely escaped. Well, let's go back to the truck.
This lizard king is about to make history. Soon he'll be carrying Red Sand's first lizard cam.
That was pretty rough.
Oh, it's big enough to carry a transmitter. I think Christian and Lucas are going to like this.
While lizard cam reveals the monitor's tactics in the wild, biopsychologist Dr. Gordon Burghardt at the University of Tennessee is investigating their intelligence in the lab.
Now, the term intelligence, of course, is a complex term because what is intelligence? We can't define that for people. It's best for us to think about this in terms of various tasks or problems an animal has to solve and how good they're able to do it.
Checkmate to the lizard king might be premature, so Dr. Burkhardt's team has begun with something simpler, a test to see whether monitors can discriminate between different objects. His animals are African species, and in previous tests at San Diego Zoo, these monitors have already shown they can count up to 6. They were trained to leave a feeding area only after they had found 6 hidden snails, a remarkable performance for a lizard.
Come on, girl. Let's get your temperature. Our animals are really quite laid back. They're used to people. They are used to being handled. They get a lot of tender, loving care. When they get into environments, they get involved in it right away, rather than being like going to a doctor's office with a young kid. You know, I don't want to go there again. That doesn't happen with our animals.
Like the Komodo at London Zoo, Milo is trained to respond to a target to get a reward.
Hey, did it. Hey. Oh, that away.
All of Dr. Burkhardt's monitors take to the training easily. They're ready for the next test.
Okay, let's see, you're gonna get another target here. After we found that the animals really learned the targeting adequately, we decided, okay, without our presence, without our moving of the object, which is what we were always doing, would they be able to recognize and discriminate it from a similar object that differed in some characteristic? And so we began with the easiest discrimination, black and white.
Now the monitors face 2 new challenges. Firstly, they can't see their trainers and nothing in the arena moves, so there are no obvious cues as to what to do.
Got the idea.
Will they remember?
Left wall. Don't clicking on the left wall. Going straight down.
Secondly, they can see 2 balls, the black one they know and a new white one. Will they tell the colors apart? They master the task surprisingly quickly.
What we do find is that the animals learn quite rapidly. Within 20 trials, our animals were reliably choosing the right target. And what we find that's amazing, and is not true of most reptiles, that they don't seem to care that much about the environment being simplified and artificial.
Black. Clicking black.
Rather than being thrown by the sterile lab environment, these monitors are focused and show an ability to think ahead, which is exceptional for a reptile.
She's doing wonderful.
To test whether the animals are hitting the black ball by chance, the targets are swapped.
We think this is a very promising beginning. Obviously, we have a long way to go, but no one has really done this kind of work before. But the fact that they are learning some of these trials so quickly, much more quickly than many other animals, even mammals, shows that monitor lizards, I think, are sort of the primates of the lizard world.
Intelligence is about learning and the ability to adapt quickly to new experiences, in the lab and in the wild. In Thailand, monitor lizards have learned to take advantage of new opportunities. This is the water monitor, which can be 2 meters long and is known locally as the little crocodile. It's been quick to find a perfect place to prowl, our food-filled cities. In the center of buzzing Bangkok, the water monitor has invaded water channels and surrounding parks embracing the urban lifestyle with ease. Leftovers and fresh foods are both fair game. And the best spots are close to busy market stalls, where the right to a slice of prime real estate usually ends with a fight. Monitors are renowned wrestlers. Their trials of strength more of a ritual than a scrap. And the street fights become more frequent just before the big rains. The rains mark the start of the mating season, and all the males are pumped up and ready to fight over females. This is the one time lizard kings break the monotony of their normally solitary lives. The next 2 months are highly charged, with males marking areas, seeing off rivals, and making passes at the opposite sex. It's speculated the scents the males release may keep the competition at bay, signaling their potency to other suitors. But it takes a great deal of pushing and shoving to convince a lizard queen that he is the king for her. Once the couple is in position, they mate, often repeatedly. But he might not be her only partner. She'll mate with several, so her clutch of eggs can carry the DNA from different males. Such is the drive to multiply, a female can find herself overwhelmed by suitors. When it's all over, she'll dig an underground chamber and lay a dozen or so eggs. And around 8 months later, the young heirs will emerge to found their own urban dynasties. Back at Eric's camp, expectations are rising.
We've got to keep the tail from flashing.
The Lizard Cam team have arrived, and they're fitting Eric's freshly caught sand monitor with a made-to-order video camera and radio tag.
It's just got its own beacon.
Yeah, it's got the radio tag here, so if it comes off,
we can find it.
we can find the unit.
And we're going to put another tag so we can find the lizard if the unit drops off.
Yeah.
He's behaving very well.
Yeah.
Patient.
Cooled down for easier handling, the sand monitor takes the fitting in its stride.
More antennae than there's ever been on a single lizard before.
Yes.
Three different signals it's sending out. That's great.
Yeah.
Now comes the moment of truth. How is the monitor going to react to its new backpack?
He's going to take off running, I think. There we go. Once he realizes he can go, we'll try to... Oh, there he goes. Oh, neat. Wow, you can see him walking along. Fantastic.
Okay, let's go down here
track.
and try to put it course.
Swiftly out of sight, the monitor is up to his old tricks. But Lizard Cam is about to reveal just how he pulls off his vanishing act. The sand monitor is one of the few monitors that runs or stands on his back legs to get a better view. Behavior hardly ever seen in species outside Australia.
He's probably in between a couple of these tight spin effects. Find him with
I think he's over there.
over that way. Okay.
But I think we can stay here now because Lucas gets good reception.
Oh, he's getting
So
it.
there's no need to get closer.
After
let's not
40 years
spook
of watching lizards, for the first time, Eric is seeing what they see. And he's in for a surprise.
Now he's putting his head down. Oops, there he's digging, see? He's digging.
Sensing the team is hot on his heels, the monitor changes tactics.
He heard that. Yeah. He's listening to us. Flicking his tongue. Yep.
Sunset is only an hour away, and the temperature is dropping.
They're very powerful diggers. He's digging like a maniac.
For a solar-powered reptile, there's only one safe way to go, down into a warm hideaway.
I think he's going to dig an overnight burrow right here. Amazing he got that far that fast. I didn't know they could do that. It's great.
You can actually see the hole.
Yeah, he's making his hole. You can see it.
In just 15 minutes, the monitor has excavated itself a snug bolt hole.
I didn't know they could do it this fast. I thought they went to a burrow that they already knew was there.
Well, that's our first discovery then.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished. And the monitor has made up for stealing Eric's lizards. His camera will be recovered in a few days. And Lizard Cam has passed the pilot study, adding a whole new dimension to Eric's research. Bushfires are part of Australian life, everywhere from the deserts to the tropics. To survive such devastation, each species has its own tactic. But while most animals flee, the Mertens monitor stays cool. Water gives a degree of protection, and the flames will bring an unexpected bonus. Some predators, like birds of prey, are attracted towards the blaze. Insects taking flight from the flames and smoke simply drop out of the sky, out of the fire and into the frying pan. But there's more to bushfires than destruction and free meals. They're one of the reasons why Australia has such rich lizard communities. Fires carve up the landscape, creating new habitats next to old, unburned ones, each supporting different species.
It took me a while to realize how important fires were. There's lots and lots of natural fires set by lightning that cause massive changes in the habitat on the ground. When fires burn, they break and leave behind refuges of old, unburned stuff. And so what the fires are doing is creating a spatial, temporal mosaic of habitats of different age, and that's one of the main things, I think, that contributes to the high lizard diversity.
But the natural world is changing, and changing fast. Climate change isn't just about a rise in global temperature. It also means changes in local weather patterns. For one thing, some deserts are not as dry as they used to be. Eric has long seen the warning signs unfold.
I've seen, in my 40 years, big changes. And the most conspicuous one is a shrub encroachment. It wasn't like that 20 years ago. It was spinifex and marble gums and a few shrubs. This part of Australia has 20% more rainfall than it used to have, and that's because of climate change. Numbers of lizards are down compared to what they used to be. I didn't used to think humans could impact a remote place like this. I used to think lizards out here would run around like they always have long after we went extinct, and now I'm not so sure. We need to live more lightly on the planet. Oh, wow.
The land of lizards faces an uncertain future. Changes in climate and vegetation could soon see some lizard species disappear.
To me, a lizard is a really precious thing. It's like they're the centerpiece of my whole existence. I can't imagine a world without lizards. It would be a world without some of the most spectacular creatures there are.
Monitors have been clever enough to survive global catastrophe, the dinosaurs, and the great ice ages. They might even outsmart us. Long live the lizard kings.